Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on our single player world. Now, after last episode, I kind of left you off with a bit of a disaster below us right here. You know where we are, we're above the tower. I've just given a little bit away actually. But yes, we had a lot of trouble in the last episode getting this tower to work for us. And I think I have got it under control now. Remember I told you I'll fix it? I fixed it, I think. So, we're in the process of fixing it. And also, by the way, because of the little gap between the last episode, well, episode 163 and 164, there's a bit of a gap, purely because internet was not really working too much for me, but now everything should hopefully be good. In fact, I'm recording this just before 164 is out, which is kind of confusing, but yes, that is currently where we're at. So you can see I've got rid of, this is the side, well, this was the side we were working on. I've got rid of it. I decided, you know what would be good to get this to look a bit more circular? A circle. And I think that doing the circle has helped. I've been working on this side for it. We'll see what that looks like right now. But let me just tell you, this has been a bit of a struggle to get on top of this thing. I've been trying to time my flying. I'm trying to time my flying to perfection, and I think think we eventually got it in the end. Oh man, look at that! How did I get up there with flying like that? But yes, that's what we're looking at right there. I think that's looking relatively decent in terms of what we want, shape-wise. It's significantly more bulgy around the sides that were very, very flat. So if we stop here, you can see, oh man, that actually won't tell us just yet. Not yet, but it will. Because as I say, we've only done the one side. Let me go down this way. This will be an alright kind of view. And stop there. Or there, wherever. See what I mean? Like, it's bulging out a little bit. In fact, I kind of wished I had brought that down a little bit. I might still do it. I've still got time. I can still bring it down a little bit. And another thing is, I was thinking of doing a roof. But now I'm thinking what could be kind of cool is making it completely open as if it did collect the water up the top. Alright, so I lost my voice. But yes, as if that funnel was just funneling all the water that comes in from rain and pulls it down into this tower, which I think that could be kind of a good idea to do. Now, what I'm going to do is, in between this bit now and the next bit, hopefully, in fact, you know what, I might try something a little bit different. You guys will see if we do. But yeah, I might try something a little bit different with building this thing. And then, by the way, this episode's not going to be all on this tower. I don't want to do this. We've had too much on this tower. We'll finish it off. What I want to do, first of all, is I want to first get my tools repaired, because they are in much need of repair. Man, I'm losing my voice all the time. Yeah, I want to repair my tools, pretty much. And then we will go and do a little bit of a time lapse, I think, on me building this, if we can get that right. Hopefully we can. We'll see how it goes. let's check it out. Look at that. It's massive. Now, this has taken me like, quite long. It's taken me a long time to get right. It's been a countless amount of breaking and redoing, but I think we finally got it there, and I've gone for this kind of leafy feel, which was actually something I was thinking of from the beginning. And the reason for that, what I've kind of thought of these, like, being here, is that these are going to be, like, the moss growing from the water leaking out and stuff like that. And I've got a plan to put in some water particles dropping down. I'm not too sure whether they'll go, like, that distance. I don't know how far water particles drop, but I think that will be a really cool addition. And also, I think, overall, we've managed to get that somewhat circular feel. And the way I did it was really by making the giant circle. Like this. Oh, that was pretty lucky that we got up there. Making this giant circle over here. I still want to put in a few more vines every now and then around the place. Now, the idea of this is that it will fill up with water, and the water gets drained down there, and it goes to the city wherever we need it to be. That's the thought of it, and I want to quickly show you how this looks, because obviously, like, the function's one thing, the way the build looks is another thing, because that's what we really want. Now, I kind of feel like it does sort of get in the way of our city skyline. I didn't really think that it would be, like, as huge, but overall, I think we can deal with that. I think that's dealable. It's had a lot of, like, small details put into it that, you can kind of, to some extent over here, it kind of gives you a different feel, I guess. What I've done is I've kind of had a little think about where I'm going to be putting paths and what I'm going to be using and, like, just what I'm going to do in this area. And one thing, obviously, we mentioned we were going to be putting a wall in here. You can see we've marked out with some things like that, and we'll probably just do this wall along here, match them up to that one there, and kind of turn it around. And I've also, actually, by the way, I've got rid of the ponds that were here before, so we now have nice land to work with. Yeah, cool. So what I wanted to do for today is I want to get going on one of these buildings that we're going to be building today, and I think really starting over here would be a good start. It'll block this area off in here quite nicely, and we can also make a little bit of a path going through here. Not a real path, but like kind of a little path. And just make a little house. I mean, we've been doing this. Let's go for something on the other end of it. And aside from that, I mean, we've already gone through a fair chunk of this episode without building as much. Well, actually building more than we normally would. But I mean, in general, just we haven't built something just yet. So let's get on to building this. I'm gonna quickly lay out a basic house, and we will get to it and see how this all looks. I want to try something new on this thing. Okay, so this is nothing spectacular. It's just a little thing, and I think we can have a bit of fun with it. Overall, as I say, we don't have enough time today to do a full, giant, massive scale build, but I kind of felt like this one over here was going to be a small build anyway. And what I'm thinking is doing something a little bit different to what we normally do, which is normally, well, similar but different. Now, normally for a small house like this, we'd probably do something like this with the roof, you know what I mean? Like, a long roof kind of pulling along a long ways, you know what I mean? Like that. But what I'm thinking is I want to give that a try. Like one like that on a small house like this, like a little cottage. I think we can call this one a cottage. I hope that's what it's going to look like in the end. We don't need those. There we go. So we'll just do these normal old things like this. Like so. And once we've got this done, I also want to do a bit of interior stuff with it. So I'll get this done quickly. Okay, well there it is. I think that will be good enough for a start now. Now what I want to do on the inside here is I want to work out how I can fit in everything from a little bed to getting, and also obviously we'll have to do the top. Yeah, so a little bit of a bedroom, a little bit of like a kitchen sort of thing, and all of that in one little confined area. By the way, it's a 7x7 like room that we've got in here. So what I want to do is I want to just maybe, you know what, maybe what I'll do is I will quickly get the main decoration sort of stuff done on the outside, being like filling in that gap and also putting in floors, maybe a few windows, and then we can go ahead and try the inside out. Alright, so I've done a few changes here. Look at that. I think that's looking pretty good already. I've decided to go with a bit of the acacia pretty much because we had acacia there. See that house? Acacia on that house there. We've got acacia over there. And I haven't really used it much throughout this village, and I kind of think that it's nice to give it a try. Another thing which I think might hopefully work is the fact that I've put in a short roof, which kind of, I hope, makes it feel a little bit more cozy in the house over here, but we'll see. We'll soon see. Let's just get rid of these, and we'll put in some stairs. We'll put in oak stairs for now, and it'll have to... How would it look if we did finish it up over there? So we can move this up one more. There we go. That could work. Yeah, it's not really as in the way as I expected that to be. And now we've got a second floor, which is great. So in this second floor, of course, I'm just gonna have to fix these up eventually. Oh man, I'm gonna have to put acacia in there. I was trying to be scarce. What is it? Sparse or scarce, or just trying to use a lot less of that acacia than what we needed, because purely for the fact that I don't have much of it. But that's alright. If we have to, we have to. So I might just leave that as that, and I'll put in some slabs over here. So there we go. We've got a bedroom. We've got a downstairs area. And now we can just fill it up, which is actually probably going to be a fairly simple job now. And, yeah, that should actually take us a few minutes. So let's go ahead, get some stuff. We will actually take that with us, and we'll put in a bit of stuff that we know we will always need. And then we can start adding small bits and pieces a bit later. So there, we'll need that. We'll need to also go into our main old school storage. I think we've still got a bit of stuff in here that we could use. That being stuff for a bed and some paintings. I think I'll put some in. There's a bed. Good. And we can get rid of some of these. Do we have paintings in here? I know I had paintings in one of these. No. Really? I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I have some. If not, we will have to obviously grab them from somewhere else. I'm going to find them as soon as we finish this episode. I guarantee that. So, paintings and item frames, those are the other things we're going to need to get. I guess I'm going to have to make a little bit of a trip over. I think I have some in the barn over there. So, ignore the back and the sides. I still have to finish them. That's not a big deal. That's pretty simple for me to do. And what we're going to do here is we're going to make our little mini kitchen over there with maybe a bit of that there. And we will do one of these. No. There we go. And we'll, as I say, we'll just do a bit of a furnace over there. And now what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a countertop with... Let's do something like... Oh, actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and grab one of the... Well, a few carpet from here. What color do we go? Brown. Let's do brown. And the other thing which I'm going to grab is from our ender chest over here. I think I had one with us over here. Yes, we do. Good. I've seen these sitting in there, so we may as well grab one of them. In fact, let's just grab all of them. And then we also need to get some... pretty much anything wood. That wood there. That's anything wood. I like to think of wood that we don't actually need for something. That's anything wood. We can fill this up with water as well. Make it kind of like a kitchen sink or something like that. So we'll do that there. Get some of those. We've got them already. No, that one not there. That one there though. And we'll do one of these. There we go. Good. Now, obviously, I'm going to probably put in a bit of maybe something like a pot plant or something like that. That might be kind of cool. And now, I need to put in a table. So, table right around there. And we can get this to work. Watch this. We'll get this to work. One there. One there. And can I get out of here? Is this like an... I think this is... Yeah. Cool. Alright. There we go. If need be, I can actually just get rid of the one. And make this kind of like a smaller house. There we go. That'll be alright. In fact, I think I might do it on this side here. Just like this. I kind of... You know what? I kind of enjoy just doing what we're doing today. I finished off something. I'm doing a little bit of a challenge sort of thing for me. I don't know. I guess it's a bit of a challenge. Just trying to fit everything in a small spot. I enjoy that. So let's go on to the bedroom quickly. There. We can actually do this double. I think I might do that. Do a double bedroom over here. We'll do this quickly. And prepare for that. So we'll put in one of those over... Actually, we'll put in this one over here. And then we will put in a few... Oh, man. How many are we going to make here? Let's go 12. Being... What would that come to? 3? 6. What's going on with my maths? 6 of these. We'll just put in our closets over there, which you'll see soon enough. And actually, how does a... What does a dark oak wood door look like? Oh, one of those. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of them. We'll just make it into some of those. They'll always come in handy. So you can maybe put in these on the outside somewhere. Okay, maybe I'll just sleep as well. Alright, so we're getting to the finishing touches now. I've just been doing a few little bits and pieces around the place. We actually can probably do a few of these also as well, just like that. Get rid of that one. Something like that, I don't know. I like him. I just like adding the bushes. I don't know what's going on with these horses, why they always have this tendency to go up there, but they do. It's very, very weird. Just something I've noticed recently. So what I want to do now, before we go any further, is I want to quickly get in some windows on this place, and maybe actually we will use some of these. Like those, and we need some glass. Do we have glass in there? Yes. Perfect. I found the item frames and the paintings in there, by the way. That's where they were. I knew I saw some somewhere. Oh, man. Please don't do that to me, Stare. Why would you do that? Let's see how this looks. We'll have to do for now. That's horrible. I hate it when stuff like that happens, but yeah, we can't do anything about it. Here, at least, this should work. This side as well. This should work, I guess. There we go. And inside, actually, I still have to show you inside, don't I? So here, have a look at this. Alright, so we've now got this spot in here. We've got this nice little bit of stuff happening there. In fact, we could even put in a painting or something there. I want to actually get rid of that and put a pot on top of that. That's something I do want to do. And now when we go up here, it's kind of cramped, but it's alright. We've got ourselves our closet over there with working chests to save everything in. And now what I want to do is I want to put in a window over here. Nice simple one, just like that. And I was actually planning on putting this outside there, so maybe we'll have to do each of these windows individually like that. And can I? Nah, I can't sneaky elytra jump through there. You know, like the 1 block tall jump. I love doing those, but no, we can't do that. All right, so there's only 2 windows over here. How do they look? Well, that one's not finished, not completely finished. That one, yeah, I like that. I think that's kind of cottagey, if I had to say so. And I think overall, it's actually turned out better than I was expecting. I'll give it that. We still have to do a few bits and pieces, as I say, but that's all right. That's cool. It's good. It'll work. Oh, and clock from there. And also, I forgot about that. The bed. Bed over there. Now, this lighting, I was planning on doing something from the top here. Maybe we can still do that, in fact. We'll do something, maybe with a bit of glowstone. Maybe we'll just put in a bit of glowstone over there. Let's grab one of them. I think I should have at least 1 glowstone in one of these chests. There. Good. And we've got stuff to hide it. Fantastic. Now, let's see how this goes. We put 1 in there. And then 1 like that. Will that be light enough for everything? Can't see any spawnable blocks there. That's unspawnable. Great. Oh, actually, what is this? That is fun. Good. Alright, so I think with maybe a carpet or something under here, everything is pretty much done. Pretty much. So, I think that'll do it for today's episode, guys. Let me know what you think about what we've done here. We also haven't really taken the time to admire this building completely since it's been finished. In fact, yeah, we'll probably have to have a look at it in the next episode. But you can see just the way I've put in these little things, little bushes and stuff. Really like the way it turned out, and of course, I'm not 100% happy with it, and we can still tweak a few things. In fact, I still want to put in a few lights and stuff, because you can see it's very, very boring over here. So we have to, well, at night, we have to do something with it at night, put in a few lights and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.